from midnight, 6 in the morning.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to the program. Can't get my light to work here. Anyway, good morning. I probably look like crap because I can't get my light to work. I'm Tom Connors. We have with us today Chris Brawley of Bleeding Fool. How you doing? Good to have you. We also have Paul Shadow.
Sorry.
Yes.
It's all good.
What a mess. What a start.
This is just like the Oscars.
This is what a disaster. No.
That thing was a disaster.
Don't touch me. Don't touch me.
And we also have
yes,
Paul.
hi.
How you doing?
I have not gone to sleep. I've been going from one party to the next Oscar party. And, I'm still up. So here I am, just
Living life like a college student.
In the morning, just a little bit later.
that's
Also
right.
dressed in snazzy this morning is Andre. How you doing?
I'm doing excellent. Greetings, everyone.
And I did not dress up. I'm the only one who didn't really.
Well, you weren't invited to the Oscars. I was.
That's right. I watched it though. Oscar's so boring. I'm trying to get that hashtag going.
I'm surprised
Alright.
it's not already going.
I know I tried to start it, but anyhow, we'll get into that and other things.
I'm sure.
Welcome to our old original time period. We are going back to the old schedule to see how you guys like it. So let's see what you guys are talking about out in the chat right now. We got Pack of Protons firing in the first one, as far as I can tell here. It says, hope the whole room got awkward at the Conan Reiner tribute. I didn't see that, so I accidentally missed that part. I didn't get into the show until like 90 minutes, hour into it. But so I haven't seen the in tribute. Did you see that part, Paul? What was that? Like
Yeah.
cringeworthy?
The Reiner tribute? Oh, I see what you mean. Well, the room got awkward. Yeah, I mean, a little bit. Although it was really heartfelt and nicely done, and it ended with a whole bunch of still living actors from
Yeah.
a whole
I
bunch
think
of
the
his
joke
movies.
there may be that apparently the final place where Rob Reiner was before he had a
Yeah.
rather unfortunate encounter with his son was at the party of Conan O'Brien. And that's
And-
also
and
where the
guess-
son
ge-
was.
and- And guess who is going to be delivering a completely off-color joke to that effect on his Oscar recap in right after this show is done?
It's so awesome when we get ideas from the
Culture Casino?
Yeah, no, it's already recorded and done. So you were prescient in the fact that I will be delivering a very what do you call it? Improper-
poignant remark.
poignant remark. Yeah.
Yes.
I was wondering, did anyone else miss the Robert Duvall tribute?
I didn't see it.
It wasn't there.
Ah,
There was no mention in
Yeah.
the memorandum
oh,
whatsoever.
right.
About Robert Duvall.
Didn't even yeah. Or the guy who invented IMAX. He died and wasn't included.
Holy cow!
Well, this is the issue with all of these memoriams, right? You have so many people that for
How do you
one
leave?
reason or
Wow.
the other aren't included.
I
And
didn't
it's
even
just
think of
awkward
that.
for everyone.
Wow. Chris, I didn't even realize that Duvall was not in the package. That's crazy. Like,
Yeah.
seriously crazy.
Yeah,
Wow. Oh well,
I'm not
it's
sure
too,
what. I don't know.
too
Yeah.
too late to add it to my video. Anyway,
Yeah. Okay. I think that maybe. Yeah, it's supposed to be anyone who died since the last broadcast. I thought at first that it was just, it had to be because he died in 2026. But I think somebody told me that he was mentioned, but he was not given a speech or something. I don't know. So I may have my fact wrong, but I don't know of anything that was mentioned about Duvall. So wonder if the chat's flacking me on that. They could be.
I believe they're right.
Okay.
But on the
Well,
other
I'm
hand,
always open to being flat.
they could have squeezed it in.
Maybe.
Well, they should have,
At least K-pop won something, right?
at least, yeah.
This was a big apology to Paul Thomas Anderson, I guess, right?
Well, I think there's
Fuck
more
him.
to it than that. But
I'll never get the 3 hours back that I wasted on Magnolia, so fuck that fucker. Never get it back. He's one of the worst, most overrated filmmakers in the world. And last night just made it worse.
What? Maybe Boogie Nights is his peak. you
He
think?
used to sit there and wait 2.5 hours to see a fake dick on Marky Mark. Whoop-de-doo.
I wasn't waiting for that. Just for the record.
That's what everybody was talking about at the time.
Okay, sure. Okay, right.
Yeah, I missed the Conan tribute. I missed all the tributes, but Duvall makes no sense to me because they've slipped them in at the last minute before when somebody's died right before the broadcast. And usually the only rule that I know of is that they have to be Academy members. That's usually another reason. Like people are left out sometimes of the memoriam thing.
Somebody else told me they left Bridget Bardot off too. Didn't mention her. And so the theme, the commonality between those two is that they're well-known conservatives, I guess. I don't know. Yeah.
Certainly Bardot was at the end of her career.
Right. And I don't know what qualifies as a Hollywood conservative, right? I mean, Governor Arnold was a conservative, as I recall.
Do you think when John Voight dies that they'll put him in the in memoriam?
No.
Yeah, this was not Conan's best Oscar. He was better last year. This was filled with, I hate to say it, too much Conanism. Like he needs to pull back on the super weird stuff. Like, I mean, it's enjoyable on his TV show because they're anti-jokes.
Well, he had nothing to work with. It was horrible.
No, you can write a joke about anything. Look, I mean, Kimmel and him did really weak Trump jokes, like unbelievably weak Trump jokes. But both of them were pandering to the audience. I actually put a joke in my review that I think would have been, a much more daring. I'll tell you later. But again, the crazy eagle thing. And he was making a lot of inside baseball references. And it's tough when you're making jokes about movies that no one has seen. Yeah. Like he did a cold opening on, and I had no idea it was Aunt Agnes or whatever, Agatha from Weapons.
Yeah.
And I even had to look it up, is why were children chasing Aunt Agatha or Agnes? And then Grok told me why. I went, oh, okay. And then he did the Billy Crystal shtick where he inserted himself in all the different nominated movies. That was okay. And then there was the small penis joke. It was weak. It was a very weak opening. And again, it was silly. I mean, I understand he was playing to his personal comedic strength, which you got to, right? That's your shtick. But on the other hand, to make so many inside baseball jokes, even the Timothy Chalamet opera ballet thing, I'm wondering, okay, how many people in the outside non-show business world actually knows that reference? And there's too much stuff like
probably very few, other than those who are very big fans of his and or opera and ballet. So again, I agree with you, extremely inside baseball. And it kind of like goes to show the problem, doesn't it? You know what this show needed? It needed someone with Tourette's in it.
That would have been funny.
Yeah.
I mean, you can do the inside baseball stuff when, like, Bob Hope would do it, but he would, turn his attention to Dean Martin, and it would be almost like a personal gag. So you forgave it because you went, oh, this is just mano a mano, right? And even if you didn't understand the context of it or whatever, it didn't matter. It was one of the many asides that he would do. So he would do, again, it's difficult to do popular jokes. And I think Tom, referred to the fact that how do you do jokes when you don't know what the references are and you haven't seen the movies?
Indeed. So this is a problem with the disappearance of monoculture.
Yeah.
Because like with this Agatha woman you mentioned, I mean, I saw like the trades right up and down about this, as if this is something that everyone is supposed to know. But I think they really did it to inform people, even in Hollywood. That's what this was.
Aunt Gladys. It was Aunt Gladys. Sorry.
I mean, yes. I missed the first half of the show roughly, because that was the other thing. Is trying to find it to watch it was a pain in the ass. Okay, so you couldn't just go through Disney Plus Hulu to watch it. I found out you literally have to go to the Hulu app and sign in through there to watch it.
No.
Yep. So I went through hell just trying to figure that part out, and then I got it all sorted out, and I got in there just as the Robert Redford memoriam was finishing up, and I had to listen to Babs. But to me, the whole show.
You're right, Tom. I'm glad you pulled that up. So he was mentioned during the montage, but what the Oscars did this year, which is, I guess, unique to this year, is they had those individual speeches. So you had Billy Crystal coming up for Rob.
They've had that before. They had but they were in poor taste. They did it the same year Harold Ramis died. Oh, they had Bill Murray come out. Remember that?
Yeah.
And they had a few other people do it for other people too. It was just kind of weird and awkward.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think it's weird that they would highlight just a handful for that sort of treatment. I think it might be borderline gauche. Gauche.
I was about to say, I've not heard that word before. I was like thinking, going through like my mental vocabulary
of gauche.
Gauche is spelled Gauche, and it's how I say it. Some people might say it differently, but it's lacking ease or grace. It's socially awkward. It's unsophisticated. Yeah,
it's French.
Kind of like the word itself, then. So yeah.
The other funny thing about this, unless they started earlier, the broadcast was over like before 10 o'clock my time, and normally the show goes way over.
Well, it started at 7. It caught me off guard.
Did they start a little earlier?
Oh. They started, I think, yeah.
I thought they always started at 7 my time, but then again, 7 your time would be.
No, 7 my time.
Yeah, so that would be
my time.
6 my time then, or
8.
Which are you, an hour ahead or an hour behind?
I am an hour ahead.
Okay, so it'd be okay. Yeah, well, see, maybe they did start it an hour earlier.
Mm-hmm.
I was a bit caught off guard.
Yeah, they're saying 6 Central. Okay, so yeah, they did move it up an hour. That's why. So they still went over. Okay, because it was just just boring as piss. It was my and I didn't hear much of the Trump jokes. I heard the one Kimmel said, but to me, it almost
stupid joke.
It almost felt like they were given the mandate. They couldn't mention him, so they tried to find ways around it. That's what it felt like to me. But I only saw the second half of the show, so I don't know if Trump was mentioned at all during the first half. So
there was just the small penis gag by Conan.
Did he mention his name though?
No.
See, that's the thing. I don't remember once ever hearing the name Trump mentioned. They danced around it. Yeah.
Alluded to. So I mean, part of the problem is I like, and this is just me, but I like jokes that that go into the mouth of the lion as opposed to appeasing the audience.
Well, at this point, the jokes were so bad that the Oprah joke was better than anything on last night's show.
So I wrote a joke just as an example of the kind of joke that if I was hosting, I would have delivered. I said, President Trump couldn't make it to the Oscars tonight because he could only deal with one terrorist supporting regime at a time.
Ooh.
So to me, that's a good joke, right?
Yeah.
Because you're going to cause the audience uncomfort because they hate the man. And that's the only way you got to write jokes like that, right?
Who was it wasn't it Kimmel that also mocked Melania sort of the
Yes.
documentary.
Well,
Yes.
he started off with a free speech joke, which I noticed was kind of ironic because nothing was stopping him from saying what he was saying at that very moment.
Yeah.
Right. Sorry, like what kind of free speech of yours is being hindered at this moment? You're actually demonstrating you've got free speech and no one is stopping you. And then he did a, like that. Then he said, "Oh man, he is going to be mad at his that his wife was nominated for this. That wasn't nominated for this," in reference to Melania's documentary, right? So again, that's an unbelievably weak joke that and the audience didn't actually really laugh much at that, to tell you the truth.
Well, and Melania came out in 2026 anyhow, so it wouldn't even be eligible.
Yeah, but
also it's doing pretty darn good. It's been like on top of Amazon's ratings worldwide. They even did a feature story about that in the Norwegian newspapers, how they're laughing all the way to the bank about it. So yeah, don't joke about that, I guess.
Kimmel's got TDS. I mean,
oh my gosh, it's terrible.
What was more pathetic was his joke when he first came out, because it's like, dude, you were the host and now you're making a hosting joke. Like, to me, I'd be like, thanks, but no thanks if they offered me a spot on the Oscars after I was the host and I'm not the host anymore.
Yeah.
At that point, it's like, yeah, no, I'm not going to embarrass myself.
Yeah.
That's like opening up for the band that used to open up for you.
Yes.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Then it's pathetic. Sorry.
What about the Grogu joke with Sigourney?
Oh. It
was cringe.
You know what? If it's one of those jokes that if the show was firing on all cylinders, would have been a wonderful little joke.
I think you might be right. Yeah, I think you might be right.
You could tell it was just a paid Disney promotion thing anyway. They had how many things for the Mando Grogu movie on there and stuff, so.
Oh, boy. Pedro certainly looked very masculine, too. I was very...
Oh, yeah. He was wearing his grandma's brooch. Pedro Pascal.
What was that flower thing? I didn't mention.
I just said that he just wore his grandma's brooch or whatever. That's what I said.
Yeah, I know. That was
like huge. It was the size of a fucking, like, it's even bigger than a softball. I was going to say a softball, but it's even bigger than that. Let me see if I can find a picture.
Super effeminate.
Was Hackman in last year's memoriam too? I guess he was.
Yes, he was squeezed in last year's memoriam.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
And that was what I was saying. They've done it in the past, and evidently Robert Duvall was in the memoriam. Everybody just must have missed it.
Yeah, he was in the montage. He no special call out, I guess.
Yeah, and they have made exceptions to that Oscar member rule in the past, but very rarely. But yeah, this is what he was wearing last night. There's that big ass brooch. You can barely see it in the picture there, but it's that yellow dot on his left tip.
It looks like something out of The Wicker Man.
Yeah, it's like a big flower. Let me see if I can find it. There's not very many good shots of it, actually, believe it or not.
He looks emaciated there.
Yeah.
I heard a lot of people were pissed because he shaved his mustache, and they're like, why didn't you fucking shave it for Fantastic Four? Fucking tiny as shit there.
That's true. How tall is he? He doesn't look tall there.
I would say probably 5'9" or something like that.
Okay, so normal size.
Probably. Because he was actually... Well, no, wait. He actually might be closer because Sigourney Weaver, I believe, is like 6 foot. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Like, if I remember right, Sigourney Weaver's like 6 foot, and he was just a tad shy shorter than her on stage. So, yeah, he might be like 5'10", close to 6 feet. But yeah, there's that ugly thing he had on.
Again, one of the problems I have with the Oscars is, number one, referencing old things. Conan referenced Bette Davis, which, again, I do that for fun on this channel. Just because I think it's interesting for me to drag my personal old memories up.
And to see the questionable look in our eyes.
Well, that's part of the joke, right? Is that nobody's going to know who it is, but maybe me, right?
and that to me is part of the fun I have. I'm conscious of that. But to do a Bette Davis joke, it just doesn't make any sense right now. And also, Sigourney Weaver, doing the, let him go, you bitch. that's now an old movie. You know, again, it's not hip anymore, even though we love Sigourney Weaver. I mean, nobody dislikes her. But, you know, the poor woman was forced to replay that particular line for a laugh. I don't know. I mean, you can't reference any new lines from any new movies because there aren't any.
Well, it's either that or the Key Master. I mean, what other memorable lines does Sigourney Weaver have?
I'm sure she's got others, but
Well,
still, those are old references off the top of my. I don't know.
That's because I submit that's because there's nothing to know.
I think she's got a good one in the very first Avatar. I thought she had some good lines in there, but I'd have to do some research. I mean, again, we're not talking about what is it? Something at Ridgemount High. What was the movie?
No, obviously,
Fast Times.
Fast
Times at Ridgemount High.
But like, if you want some kind of like catchphrase that is associated with Sigourney Weaver,
sure,
that's probably it.
The Kings are relatively slim.
No, that's true.
When it comes to that. I mean, yeah, you can mention a line from Avatar, but I assure you, even though it's
you're
$6
right.
billion movie, it would go straight over the head of most people. Wouldn't be able to remember that particular line. She has two that people would remember, and that's the Alien one, and it's the Ghostbusters one.
Pretty much. I mean, yes, she's been in plenty of films, but yeah, I can't think of any major quotes from those. But I don't know, we haven't even discussed what won, right? Because to me, I got to give Paulie some credit. I thought for sure they'd give it to Sinners, but he was right. The propaganda won the day. Sinners got a few Gimme Awards, but
it got the consolation prize.
Yeah, I got a couple. Well, I knew Michael B. Jordan was going to win. I was right about that.
Best actor, yeah.
Yeah, that's just because he played two roles in the movie, so that's almost like a gimme right there. But
the industry loved this movie, one battle after another. It flatters them, you know, all these Botoxed filler, speaking truth to power, you know, supremacy against unbridled white supremacy. I mean, it's their fever dream, making them feel like you know, reaffirming their activism in the world.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it's a movie that spoke to the people who are deciding on the vote here, and also I think that's a very big part of. I also have to. Let's go through the list of winners here, because we do have such a list. So let's go through it, because there are things to address there. I mean, we started, but I'm going to find a list here. We can put it on. Tom, are you there, or did you have to go into the phone?
What are we putting on?
In the private chat, there's a list of all the winners.
Oh.
So let's go through it all.
Let's. Okay, the winner for Best Picture was One Battle After Another, beating out Begonia, Frankenstein, F1, Hamnet, Mighty Supreme, The Secret Agent, Sentimental Values, Sinners, and Train Dreams. Jessica Buckley won best actor. Jessica Buckley won Best Actress. Best Actor Michael B. Jordan.
So who cares if she flopped big time in The Bride? Here she just won an Oscar.
Yeah, and they probably well, never mind. Best Actor also Michael B. Jordan got that one. Amy Madigan won Best Supporting Actress. Sean Penn won Best Actor, but he wasn't there to accept it.
No, he was in Ukraine melting his previous Oscar down or something like that.
PTA won, of course, for One Battle After Another. And the Best Animated Feature was K-pop. Best International Feature, Sentimental Value.
Yeah, let's stop there for a second, because that was actually Norway's contribution and first ever win in the feature film category. And I think like third win ever, because previously won for a short and once for a documentary, but now it won for a feature film. So go Norway.
Well, this is some stupid shit. Why was it in the main pictures? This is pissing me off. They do this all the time.
I know, right? It has no business being there.
No, Hollywood didn't make the motherfucker. You had nothing to do with it.
Correct.
Quit trying to take credit for somebody else's shit. I've been pissed about this since Parasite beat Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck is it even doing in that category?
Yeah.
Anyway,
I think I know why it's there though, because I would like to take a moment to invite everyone to think, if you haven't seen it. I recently basically reposted it over on Real Nordic Noir, the video that we did when Dustborn came out. When I basically said that the entire Norwegian gaming industry, those that get funding there, they don't make games for the audience. No, they hone in specifically on what the government funding body wants and values. And then they make a game about that. Now, it's a game that's going to sell in the hundreds, but it's a game that's going to get them the funding they need to survive another fiscal quarter. So that's what they do. The Norwegian film industry operates in much the same way. Now, of course, it's a good movie, great performances, all of that. I'm not saying anything else, but it's a movie that I submit was tailored very specifically to win awards, because there's actually two stories in that movie. One has to do with war and stuff like that, and then the main story is the Stellan Skarsgård character, who has given up his entire life for his art, this old filmmaker. And then he wants to make this movie with his daughter, the daughter that he lost touch with because of his passion to the art, right? This is something that I think speaks to the funding body and to all of the award, the people giving awards all over the world, including in the Oscars, which is why this thing has cleaned up everywhere. It's not necessarily a movie that appeals that much to random moviegoers, but it very clearly appeals to the industry types and those award giving away awards, because this won, and it was even in consideration for Best Picture period, which it's good, but we're pushing it now. I kind of agree with Tom. Should never have been there. I mean, that there's a category for movies not made in America, not made in Hollywood, and it's this one. It's the best international. I keep it there.
Exactly. Like, that's what I'm getting at, is like, it shouldn't even be in competition with those other things. I'm not saying it's a bad movie, right? That's not my point. My point is like, yeah, it was made outside of Hollywood. It was not a Hollywood movie. You know, it doesn't deserve to be in the Oscars. That's not what it's, at least not Best Picture. Best Foreign, yes. But anyway, Best Documentary was Mr. Nobody Against Putin. Best Original Screenplay was Sinners. And then we got One Battle After Another, one for Best Adapted Screenplay. Best Original Song was a K-pop song. Best Original Score was Sinners. Best Cinematography was Sinners. And that was a big deal because that was the first woman of cinematographer to win Oscar, I guess.
Yes. It was a terrible, again, it was one of those speeches where, you know, she's thanking the community of women whose shoulders she stands on. And on the other hand, you're going, well, you probably got the job because you were qualified for the job, and the award is a bonus. So it's good for her. I mean, this is, everybody wants to shout out their representation, and that seems to be more important than
no. Ludwig Göransson, who won the best score for Sinners, very white guy from Sweden, he did not need to shout out, look, this is a win for all of Sweden.
Yes. You know what? Every single person should do that. This is a shout out to everyone in Liechtenstein. Yeah. With I am standing on the shoulders of all 2,000 people who live there.
Yeah, right.
and
I'm standing on the I'm standing on the shoulders of all the other whitey producers in Sweden for winning the Oscar for this black movie. Yeah,
that's oh my God.
What I thought was even funnier was when Michael B. Jordan won, he talked about original content, and I'm like, dude, you made a ripoff of From Dusk Till Dawn.
Yeah. Well,
Like,
think
what the
about
fuck?
this though, right? So you've got this one battle
now.
after another, which is sort of the white supremacist, anti-white supremacist.
It's an Antifa movie, I guess. Yeah,
that's what I call it. That's what I call it in my.
But
video.
why not give Ryan Coogler Best Director instead of Paul Thomas Anderson? Paul Thomas Anderson's winning all these other things, Best Movie and everything else. If they really wanted to make Oscar history, letting a black male director win Best Director would have been the first time in Oscar history for a black director.
So is that correct? There has not been a black director winning?
No.
Okay.
Sidney never won?
Pardon?
Sidney Poitier never won anything? Never did a directing one? I know he got Oscar for acting, but...
Yeah, I think it was acting, yeah. And the chat can check, because we've got a very smart chat group here today.
Yeah.
I believe that would have been a first. And you know how they like first. So this girl, woman, I should say, she was the first female and first woman of color to win Best Cinematography.
Yeah.
They like
There's that too. Yep. And then Best Film Editing was one battle after another.
Huh.
F1 won for sound, which
should have
was
won.
The only 2 awards I think it was nominated for.
Mm-hmm.
Best Visual Effects was Avatar for some reason. Production Design was Frankenstein. Okay, here's this new category, and I have a theory as to why this is a new category, and they still haven't done a stunt category yet.
Casting, you mean casting?
Yes. So the winner of casting was Cassandra Kundus for one battle after another. Notice anything about all the names in this category? Anybody else?
I'll
I'll make it a little bigger.
Ladies?
Yes. Chris got it. Because I'm sitting here going, we have been clamoring for years for a best action Oscar, right? You know, like best stunt Oscar, anything like that.
Would be great.
They won't do it. They refuse to do it. They still haven't done it. Yet the last couple of years here, they added this best casting category.
Yeah.
Who the fuck cares? You know what the casting director does? They handle all the below the line actors. They don't have anything to do with the main cast.
You're right.
Okay. Because 9 times out of 10,
that's not true. That's not
it
true.
is totally true, because 9 times out of 10, Paul, these movies come as packages now. They're not like, oh, we got this movie idea and we're going to go try and find an actor. Yeah. No, this movie came as a prepackaged thing.
To that 1 out of 10, because that's true. There are times when you have the casting director suggesting things. Like, for instance, Chris Pratt. That was a casting director suggestion, not James Gunn's suggestion, not package.
Oh,
but other than that, Tom has a point as well.
Well, in the past 20 years,
it's package solution.
Yeah, what they'll do is the agencies are making more movies now than the studios, because the agency will come to you and say, okay, I got Paul Thomas Anderson. He wants to make his next movie. He's got Leonardo DiCaprio. That's the pitch.
Yeah, that's CAA invented that, basically.
Exactly. Bingo. And that's the way these movies are made nowadays. So the best casting Oscar is nothing but another reason to give women awards. That's all it is, because 9.999 times out of 10, a casting director is a woman. That is why they added this award.
I think you're right. I think you're on the money.
Yeah. Most of the casting people I worked with have been universally women. Well, this is a quick way to get women in. And again, if you did stunt coordinator, it'd be 99% men, which is why they're not going to add it.
I think that for a long time, they've asked about stunts for a while. It's always kind of been sort of this safety concern, because they are afraid it would encourage stunt performers to take unnecessary risk for like best stunt. But they also, I think probably the unspoken part of that is there's sort of this secret, like they don't really want you to know that wasn't Leonardo DiCaprio doing that stunt on the movie. I mean, we all do know it, right? That it's not the actual star of the movie doing the stunts. But I just found out recently that they are going to do a best, I think it's called Best Stunt Design or something, and they're going to debut that with the 100 Academy Awards. So not next year, but the following year. So
now, I wonder if that's going to be just the stunt team is going to get an award, maybe?
I don't know exactly. I think it's probably something like that, right?
And if they want to include women, there's never been more women doing stunts than ever before.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
You think these strong female protagonists are done by those stunts are done by the star of the movie? No.
No.
I see
They're
Tomb
done
Raider
by
will probably win.
they're done by trans women.
Oh,
Oh,
that's the secret sauce.
oh, don't use that
Just
term.
wait until you have like the trans casting director that goes in and beats all the women in what was otherwise a woman's.
Well, that's one of the reasons why I think they didn't combine the acting category. Because remember, for years they've been talking about, well, we should just combine best actor and actress because there shouldn't be a separation.
Yeah.
And I'm saying, you're going, why? So then only men can win? Because you know that's what's going to happen. It's either going to be a man or a trans woman every fucking year. unless Meryl Streep makes a movie, that's what's going to happen.
We're never going to get a Tootsie remake, are we?
Oh, fuck no. No, never.
Or something like it hot.
Well, I think we really should appreciate the early and positive representation that was in Silence of the Lambs, which was so good that some of the casts have later come out to apologize for it.
She a big fat girl.
I mean, they worked with actual FBI profilers and everything, so they shouldn't be ashamed of being accurate.
She like a big fat girl.
So I mean, okay, so I'm going to do a bit of a pushback, Tom, just for fun, is that you will always get a A-lister director has his chums in the same way that Tarantino keeps wanting to work with Pitt and stuff, right?
Right.
So that's not unusual. But the classic, and I know this for a fact because I was there during the CAA, at the height of CAA, they were a powerhouse who would package not just actors, but the director, the writer, and they would always also dangle some wretched actor. Well, you got to take all 5 of these, but this person's worthless. That power is diminished a lot. Like, so you will find maybe the 1 or 2 people that, the director always wanted to work with, but an awful lot of the other, even big name artists are found by the casting director.
I'm not saying they don't play their role in it, but I mean, as far as like the main above the line cast,
no, the main,
usually
but it's only 1 or 2 maybe.
Yeah, but that's like but you're right. Like my whole point is it's not like these movies were made like they used to be made, where like a director would come in, pitch an idea, and then they try to find a producer and a writer and the stars. Like you just said, 9 times out of 10, when the movies we're seeing now are prepackaged by the agencies, because like you said, they have their writer who works for them, they have the producers who work for them.
But they don't do that now. They're not doing that now.
You sure?
No, sure. Yeah, it's
okay.
It's that CAA trick is really diminished a lot, because the director will come in with the writer that they want, things like that. So, again, it's such an incestuous place, Hollywood, and I mean, again, it's having a hard time now.
It's having the hardest time it's ever had. That's what you mean.
Yeah. So anyways, I mean, it's just, I've been at a lot of casting sessions and it's interesting.
Speaking of actors, this is a good point here. Go ahead, finish. Sorry, Paul.
No, I was just going to say that again, back in the heyday, and to a certain degree now, you have to put a package together with the, whether the agency puts it together for you or not, for the studio to greenlight your project. Because they want to have a director that they know, they want to have a lead actor that can open, as we call it, right? But who can open anymore? I don't think Leonardo DiCaprio opened, I Love Antifa.
No, it was a financial disaster.
No, Leo is one of those. He's kind of like, unless he's working with Scorsese or Spielberg or somebody like that, it just doesn't seem to hit.
Yeah.
And this movie was just like, Paulie was right, and I could see now why he thought and knew that the Antifa movie was going to win. It was a given.
Oh, absolutely, because it's a Hollywood wet dream.
Exactly.
And it's a middle finger to Trump and ICE and everything they hate about the man.
So now they can run around saying it's an Oscar-winning film. Yeah.
I mentioned this yesterday on George's show that so much opinion is driven purely whether Trump is attached to it.
I think Denzel and Tom Cruise can probably still open a movie.
It depends on the movie. Look what happened to the latest Mission Impossibles. They sank like a rock.
Well, they require too much of an open is the problem.
Yeah, they were too expensive was the problem there. I mean, the opening was actually really, really good.
It's
the problem was it wasn't good enough relative to the budget.
They overspent. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Sasha Stone. She runs Awards Daily, but man, she's been ripping this movie. And she basically just said that, you could have predicted the Oscars this year because just think Trump derangement syndrome and you're halfway there. And that's exactly why this.
And there was no competition for it other than Sinners. I mean, really, neither of these two movies would have made it in the 80s.
No. If Sinners had predated as it's been compared to From Dusk Till Dawn, it probably would.
Sure.
I don't think so. It would have been treated like any other horror movie.
I think there's some of the just the musical, the way it's been threaded in there. What was that movie with that had Steve Vai was
it's Crossroads.
Crossroads. Okay. Terrible movie, but I enjoyed the heck out of it.
Yeah. I'm not so sure though. I see where you're coming from, but I'm not so sure if things weren't as woke as they are in Hollywood that Sinners would have been accepted the way it has been now. It would have been treated just like any other horror movie if it was directed by Wes Craven or somebody like that.
Okay.
Like Sam Raimi had directed it. Same thing. They wouldn't have gave it not a lick.
Oh, no. I'm not saying.
Because even Wes Craven even did a lot of urban horror films and he totally didn't get any recognition for like The People Under the Stairs or anything like that. Yeah.
You're right. No, it wouldn't have won awards. I'm not saying that. I think it would be highly regarded amongst horror aficionados, though.
That for sure. It would have been right next to like Weapons this last year, possibly.
Yeah.
But the horror fans would have still acknowledged that it was nothing but a fancy ripoff of From Dusk Till Dawn.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm not trying to like drag the movie down, but I watched the goddamn thing and I didn't enjoy it. I think it was overhyped. I honestly think Ryan Coogler's a bit overhyped, to be honest with you.
Not as much as Jordan Peele.
No, not nearly as much as Jordan Peele, but because at least Coogler can make decent films. This was just self-masturbatory in a way that I haven't seen in a long time other than Nolan, right? Like it was like whatever. So, but Frankenstein won for best makeup. Best costume was also Frankenstein.
Yep.
Best animated short was The Girl Who Cried Pearls. Best live action short was The Singers. Best documentary short was All Empty Rooms, all movies that nobody have ever heard of. And that's it. They don't have anything else. So there you go. There was your winners, kids. It seemed just like a boring short show, even though it was, I guess they started an hour earlier, so I missed more of the show than I thought. But it didn't feel like I missed that much. There you go, kids. So anything else to say about the Oscars before we move on to the box office?
No, just watch my recap.
Chats? There's a lot of chats about the Oscars.
Yeah, let's go
get
through
to
the super chats.
I just wanted to address this one here real quick because we were talking about apologies. Anthony says, Andre, notice how Michael Caine hasn't apologized for Dress to Kill. John Travolta hasn't repented for his role in Hairspray. No, he doesn't need to apologize for that, but John Travolta does need to apologize for The Fanatic.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm glad that they're not apologizing. If anything, I think that many of those that have apologized should apologize for their apologies. They are going to age very, very poorly.
Yeah.
Kind of like John China. Yeah.
For instance. He owes the entire Western world an apology for his apology to China.
All right. Well, Pack of Protons. Oh, we got this one already. Hyperguyver says Sinners and Weapons are officially the most overly glazed movies ever made. Both were bad to aggressively mid at best. Now, I haven't seen Weapons, but I kind of know the ending of it or something like that. It's been kind of spoiled. So, yeah, it probably is a pretty pretentious movie.
I want to see that Brazilian detective movie. Everyone says it's fantastic.
Yeah, probably.
What's it called?
It was in the list. I can't remember, but apparently it is excellent.
Then we got Drew Tipton, who says congrats to K-pop getting best animated and best song. Well deserved. Yeah, Netflix did pretty good this year. Grimzilla says Disney has lost best animation for 4 straight years now. That's true. And all the anime got snubbed this year because Hollywood knows anime has replaced them. Well, here's another situation where I would point out that Hollywood doesn't make anime, although they have nominated anime films in the past. I think they should stick to that rule, but yeah, frankly, I don't think they've ever given a lot of anime unless it's like certain specific things like, oh God, I just forgot his name, but he did Totoro and all that shit.
Miyazaki.
Yeah, unless it's something like that, they usually kind of ignore it. You're not wrong. So who knows? Next 10 years, that might change. Packet Proton says Netanyahu thought dead. China sending warships to Taiwan. Warships. Sorry, not warships. Maybe China will be next to fall. I don't know about that.
Taiwan is going to fall before China does.
Yeah. Corbin Dallas has been here for 28 months. Thank you for that. Flying Blind has been here for 17 months. And D. Bud Martin, our wrench, has been here for 58 freaking months. Thank you, sir. And then we got Barry. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I want to mention that K-Pop Demon Hunter was the brainchild of Korean-Canadian filmmaker Maggie Kang. So Canada. Yay, Canada.
Go Canada. You guys need a win after that hockey hat trick we just got.
We won a bunch of Oscars this year. Fuck off.
Oh, good. Too bad no one watched or cared.
So basically, when it comes to K-Pop Demon Hunters, the going tune then should be Blame Canada.
Blame Canada.
Blame Canada.
Anyway, sorry.
Beautiful.
And then Barry sent us a director's chair. Thank you for that. We appreciate that, Barry. And then we've got, let's see here. We got Magnus Toth, who sent in $20. Holy cow, thank you. It says, Andre, not sure how much of a football fan you are, but are you enthused at all how well Bodo Glimt is doing in European Champions League recently? It's better than discussing one battle after another.
I'm happy for the success of Bodo Glimt. That is very, very new. For the Americans who don't know what we're talking about here, this is the European Soccer Championships, and Bodo Glimt is the team of the city of Bodø, which is far up north. And what has happened in recent years is that this team has gotten good, very, very good, so good it's actually competing with the absolute best of best teams in all of Europe. Now, there used to be only one Norwegian team that could do that in the past. That was the team called Rosenborg. They belong to the city of Trondheim, but they're not great anymore. I mean, they never recovered from the loss of their trainer, who sadly passed of cancer not too long ago, and a few other things. But anyway, Bodø Glimt, they've taken over. They're now representing Norway when it comes to soccer, in addition to Haaland. They're doing amazing. I still do not have the soccer gene, so I don't watch their games or anything like that. But happy for their success. Very, very cool. As a Norwegian, happy for their success. Always fun. The only thing that wasn't fun was a little more than a year ago. I was actually in northern Norway. I was visiting the polar circle. And then as we came back south again, we stopped in Bodø, and this was right as Bodø Glimt just so happened to play a match. And absolutely all the restaurants in all the city were completely and totally booked. And when I say city, that's really pushing it. I mean, Bodø is really a village, but there was absolutely nothing. They played like England or something like that. So the entire city was full, not just of their own supporters, but of supporters from abroad as well. So yeah, that was bad timing to the polar circle. Go for it.
Can I just say that mentioning northern Norway is redundant?
True. It really doesn't matter unless you're in Norway.
Yeah, it's like what are you doing?
Yeah, it's kind of like the difference between Norway and Sweden. Like, unless you're from the region, who cares? The same difference.
That's right.
Good point. But anyway, Magnus, you got your $20 worth there.
Sure
and thanks so much for the support.
It's a good story.
Yeah. No, the last football game I actually watched from beginning to end, or soccer game, was the Germans out there will appreciate this. 7-1. That's all I'm going to say. 7-1.
There you go.
Which is Brazil's own 9/11. But yeah.
Oh boy, I remember that.
Yeah.
Flying Blind on a Rocket Cycle wishes us a good day. Well, good day to you as well, Flying Blind. We appreciate that. Drew Tipton says, Tom, thanks for recommending Sim 1, or Simone, however you want to say it. I could quickly tell it was by the same director as Gattaca. Oh, yeah, that's right. And we have Polly join us. How you doing, Polly?
Hey,
Polly.
It's the entrance I get. That's the entrance I get. I changed.
I left you in the back for so long. I figured I better get you in here.
Oh, thanks, man.
You're welcome.
I changed for you guys.
Well, much appreciated. Looking
we
very
don't want
good
you
there.
to change. We love Polly just the way he is.
Yeah,
You're
man.
not gay now, are you?
No. He's more European, more mainline Spanish.
Oh, so he's like bi.
Except for the hat, which is much more suave.
He could walk into a gay club and get hit on right now.
The t-shirt.
That's a compliment.
I think I don't. Take your hands off. Don't be pushing a woman. That's rude. That's rude. That's rude.
I saw that. What in the world?
It's on the red carpet.
Oh God.
Or was that after the show? I saw it.
No,
was
it's like
that
walking in, man?
Yeah, it was on the red carpet. Yeah.
I saw a video of her kind of sitting there like she was listening to some iPods music or something while someone came up to shake Leonardo's hands. This was when they were seated. It was very strange. She was vibing though. They won. They won a lot of awards.
Isn't she Anderson's wife?
No, that's the other one.
No, she's the
Maya Rudolph.
She's the pregnant girlfriend, actress, star of the movie One Battle After Another.
She was nominated for Best Supporting Actress.
Yeah.
And it's this is what I know you guys have been talking. I've been listening. I've had a hellish time getting here.
Beep, beep. The freeways.
This is a battle of mediocrity, guys. These movies suck. I'm sorry, man.
Yeah, they were not.
Yeah, we agree with you.
And in F1 and Frankenstein really are the only ones that maybe would have not been nominated 10, 20, 30 years ago.
You're not wrong, yeah.
So I mean, there's this huge flaw, and I'm not even talking about the woke shit. To me, that's such an easy argument to point out. Talking about the storytelling, the structure. It's so poor nowadays. I'm like, this is what we got. So there's a beautiful movie called Train Dreams, which it's getting a lot of attention because it got nominated. It didn't win anything. Incredible film. That's cinema.
I've been wanting to watch that movie, Paulie, but I worry that I'm just going to be in some pit of despair at the end of it because there's this sort of nihilistic sort of attitude about life, even though every bit I've seen from it just looks beautiful, like it's been beautifully shot. Any truth to that?
No, I mean,
okay. Did you weep in the movie? Because that might tell me.
It kind of took my breath away at times.
Okay.
Because it was just beautifully filmed, great character actors.
Yeah.
William H. Macy, Carrie Condon, and what's his name? Egerton.
Got a great cast. Yeah.
So it did take my breath away. And I just kept saying to myself, man, this is filmmaking. This is storytelling. Yeah. It's like a poem. It's like one long poem. So people might not like that, but it just pale. These other movies, One Battle After Another, and Sinners in particular, they got nothing on that film.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's sort of a treatise on life. You get older, but you don't want to accept sort of the modern changes that are coming with technology and life. I understand that's sort of the through line on the movie, that the guy you follow just isn't ready to participate in sort of how the advances take place in the industry that he's working, right?
No, not really. Okay. Yeah, I think you just need to see it.
I will.
It's a man who we pick him up, I believe, in the late teens, 1919s, and it goes through several decades, and you see advancements here and there. You see some stuff, but it's a there's a lot of personal loss.
Okay.
So yeah.
Have you seen Hamnet?
I have not. I heard that is pretty bad, but her acting's really good.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you've got the star of The Bride and the director of I guess
Chloe Zhao.
Yeah, Chloe Zhao. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who,
You basically you lost me already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Shakespeare. I mean, it's a story.
Did you start it, Tom?
Wife. Yeah.
No, I fell asleep during that description.
Oh God.
Well, there we have it. So just sort of an underwhelming stable of films this year. It's a shame that F1 didn't win.
It would have been a hell of an upset had it won. That would have been funny.
Yeah.
But,
well, even the best.
Were there any upsets this year? Since I have that in the title,
really.
Were there any?
I'm surprised Michael B. Jordan won. Honestly, I'm surprised.
That's hardly an upset, though.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's just something to talk about because Chalamet was for a while the number one pick there.
Yeah.
But I thought all of them were pretty weak. I would have loved Oscar Isaac to have been nominated. That was a really anchored performance in that film. Him and Elordi should have won. Sean Penn, give me a fucking break.
Come on.
This movie.
Ridiculous.
Listen, it's very clear to me what these Hollywood liberals want to be. They want to be black. They want to be oppressed. They want to be Latinos. They want to be oppressed. You know what? You can fucking have it all. Don't do me any favors. Don't represent me. Don't tell my stories. Fuck off.
Yeah.
That's how I felt, Andre, when I walked out of One Battle After Another last year. I was so enraged, man, because I'm like, this shit sets us back. When I say us, I mean Latino storytelling. And, I just want it to be on an elevated world-class level, like all storytelling is. Yeah. But I see this shit, and then it's done by Goofball and Goofball's wife. Fuck out of here, man. I'm so upset.
But Paul, they want you to basically bow your knees and praise them for being so incredibly inclusive and understanding of your plight and your culture and your struggle. Isn't that grand of them?
Well, and you think about Sinners.
I'm being sarcastic, of course.
Oh, no, absolutely.
But that's how they feel. That's how they see it.
Absolutely. And if One Battle After Another wasn't around this year, it would have been Sinners for all the awards, right? Because it somewhat covers a lot of their check marks, yes and no. But I do agree with Tom in that it's a flawed movie. I really enjoyed the first part of it. Then he just kind of fell off the wheels there. But why are these movies so late? These movies have no business being this long, Shado.
Oh, I completely agree with you. These are long movies.
And so I didn't watch it, but I was texting with Tom a little bit, watching a film thread a little bit. But I was more interested in the World Baseball Classic.
I've been
so Sinners
of that.
The Sinners got more nominations, Oscar nominations, than any movie in history. Is that accurate? 16 nominations. La La Land, I think, and Titanic and All About Eve had 14 nominations.
Well, if it got them, that's a big disappointment because it didn't win that many. I mean, it won much, but not that many.
Do you remember
Marty Supreme got shut out?
Yeah. Wow.
Well, speaking of that, because this was we can't play this whole 10-minute segment, even though it was great. Bill Maher goes on about the Oscars So White campaign and diversity in the Oscars and all this business. I'm just going to play this one little bit here so we don't get in too much trouble, but I just thought it was kind of funny.
But come on, man. Can we live in the present? No Academy member this year filled out their ballot thinking, well, I didn't think Chalamet was very good, but I'll vote for him because he's white. Hollywood isn't a secret cabal of racists. It's a secret cabal of people terrified of looking like racists.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was the line right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
While
he
being
points out,
racist.
yeah, how in the last decade, almost all of the director winners were either of color or women or both, and all this other shit. He goes through it's a great little 10-minute bit that he goes through about the whole thing. And the only thing he missed is the thing that I always point out is, and what was dumb about the Oscars So White campaign is like, why are they trying to make everybody else feel guilty when it's their fault the Oscars are so white? The people that are bitching about it, you are the voters, you are the Academy, right? You vote for your peers. That's how it works. Don't blame the audience for that. Don't come at us with like, oh, the Oscars are so white. Whose fault is that? Yours, not ours.
They also have no power in the business. They don't make movies, you know. So, you know, let's course correct and save Hollywood and do this A through F whatever requirements. You know, if anything, they should be campaigning and yelling at the studios to greenlight shit. You know, which it's just so ass backwards. Everything's ass backwards.
He even talks about the arbitrary rules and stuff and how basically he names off a bunch of movies that wouldn't win like we have too, you know, because of those stupid rules.
Godfather, Serpico. Yeah.
Yeah.
What I liked was what he called Grandpa's Last Christmas Award.
Yeah.
It's a great monologue from Bill. Grandpa's Last Christmas Award is the prize that goes to any actor that the Academy thinks won't be nominated again.
Yeah.
Because they're so old.
Yeah, the Lifetime Achievement Award, basically.
I think that, and I really think that's the reason why Chalamet didn't win, because it wasn't his turn yet. Just look at Leonardo DiCaprio. How long didn't he have to wait? Oh, because we have all these other people to go through first, because we know they have their moment in the sun right now, so we have to award them right now. You're not going anywhere.
Andre's not wrong. It's all politics, exactly. Yeah.
A Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I mean,
that's even a bigger joke than the Oscars.
Oh, I know.
And then Guillermo didn't get nominated for Frankenstein this year as best director.
Yeah, Jesus, that was
you know. I mean, he's won, okay, but you got to award excellence.
Yeah, right. Absolutely.
Who are these clowns that got nominated as directors? I think if anything, it's just what didn't get nominated, what didn't win.
Yeah,
you know. Again,
I'll tell you what. I think that Hollywood should lose all of the Latino brownie points that they gained for the stupid Antifa movie, because they failed to nominate and properly properly award Guillermo del Toro.
But you know, yeah, man. But it's just kind of like it just fucking sucks, man. It just really does. It's either way, you just can't win. I just that's why I'm just like, you know, just go do independent shit.
Yeah,
you really don't need. You don't need this. You don't need any of this. If you're
maybe they're hoping they can. All these awards will boost the bottom line on One Battle After Another, since it lost so much money.
Well,
it was a complete bomb at the box office.
Well, the other thing,
this is the consolation prize. You get loads of awards, so that no one's going to get fired.
It hit about what, $400 million? Is that a complete? Well, I guess because of the salary.
It cost a lot too. That was the thing. It was like $100-some million.
Well, I have found here, and I've gotten some lefties really mad at me. The worst thing you can possibly say is that you treat people of color like pets. And that just infuriates them.
Well, it's really interesting because it's two things, right? It's either like a pet, a controlled experiment, 12 Years a Slave,
Green Book, shit like that, yeah.
Or it's the foreign exotic color of the year.
Right.
Last year was Emilio Perez. Then you had Secret Agent from Brazil, or a Del Toro film from Spain, you know, but it's also like just a fucking fashion show. It's nothing real. And they're definitely not going to praise a movie like Sound of Freedom.
No,
right?
No.
Written and directed by a Mexican.
Yeah.
Yeah. But because
the content, I don't even think it's the pedigree, it's the content, Paulie.
That's what I'm saying. They don't agree with those
Right.
with those. I mean, Rosa.
But 25 years ago, it would have been Best Picture, right?
Of course.
Yeah.
You know, Rosa gave it a couple years ago a glowing review, and she got hammered by the left. You know, it's just like, and I've always appreciated about her. She's like, I'm gonna like what I'm gonna fucking like. So just.
Well, that's where the politics in my movies bothers me more than the actual messaging, because like I try and remind people, movies have always had political messaging in them.
Yeah.
The difference now compared
Norma
to
Ray.
Yeah. Well, the difference now between the times like World War II or during the Vietnam War and stuff like that is there is nothing going on in the world. They're creating most of the problems. They are the ones that are creating all these problems they're bitching about. Kind of going back to my whole Oscar so white bullshit, right? Like they do this shit to themselves. So I don't know why they're even blaming anybody, because like they're the ones who do the hiring. They're the ones who make all these decisions. And if the studio is going to finally make more movies with people of color, well, that's great. They've been doing it for years. Why are they acting like they're the first ones to do it? That's what I think is so stupid. That's the thing they love to do, is just sit there and be self-masturbatory and try and pretend that they did something great when they haven't. All you did was play pretend for a couple hours, right? Like, big deal. And you get giving yourself an award for it. Awesome. This is not the stage or the time to make this a big political speech, which last night it felt like they were told not to. I don't know if I missed some of the bigger speeches where they were dumping on Trump, but like I said, I never even heard his name. Like they were dancing around it on purpose.
No, he was never mentioned by name.
No.
But that's the thing, is they'll pick a movie, even if it's garbage, because it's the right politics. But, you know, notice how they always get shit years later for picking some of the stupidest movies like Crash and Green Book and shit like that. And they only picked them because of the race factor. That was it. Let's be real. Same reason with Sinners getting nominated, because a lot of people are pointing out online the same thing. If this was seen as a traditional horror movie, it wouldn't have gotten any notice whatsoever. So, and as far as this fucking anti-MAGA movie that Leo is in, good for them. That was some of the most self-masturbatory shit of the year. So I'm not surprised it won. Paulie was right.
I mean, when
kudos to Paulie, you saw it coming.
I just saw that. I saw that train wreck coming, and with everything that's happening in our cities, with all the ICE raids and all the unrest, I'm like, boy, these guys are gonna. This is a wet dream for Hollywood.
Well, now we know when it comes to signaling their own virtue on political matters and the left, if they have to choose between that and Latinos, or the representation, whatever, well, that's just going to have to go under the wayside, isn't it?
One more thing I do want to say, F1 won Best Sound.
That's it.
Right? Juan Peralta, the audio engineer. Awesome.
Nice.
Right?
Well deserved.
Right. Exactly. And when we get to celebrate, double score.
Well, that movie deserved a lot more.
Oh,
Yeah.
a lot more, bro.
So did Nosferatu last year too, for that matter.
Yep.
Because that didn't win anything hardly.
Disney got Cameron's Blue Furry movie got the only Disney win, right?
I think so.
Yeah,
I didn't win any other category.
Yeah.
Warner Brothers though had the most nominations for a studio ever, I think, this year, or tied with whatever was the past. So another win for Zaz there.
Robert Meyer Burnett pulled up a meme that showed number of nominations from Paramount, number from Warner Brothers.
Oh, I missed that one.
Yeah.
Guess how many from Paramount?
1,
0.
0. No surprise there.
Well, good. It was a good thing then that Ellison pulled an Iger and bought the winner.
I've always felt that Ellison wants to be a movie mogul and somehow needed the Warner Brothers imprimatur to be able to do it.
Yeah.
That Paramount wasn't quite studio enough-ish for him in a classic sense. Although Paramount goes right back to the beginning. I mean, they were one of the original studios.
Yeah. Corporal Jenkins says, "Hey gang, I believe Bill Maher said it best. The Oscars a 4-hour lecture about people who have the worst have it the worst, coming from people who have it the best. Yeah. Did you see people also posting pictures of the mess they made in the theater?
No.
I saw that.
Yeah, but that was I pointed out that's the mezzanine, man.
Oh,
that's
okay.
not
that
the
too, yeah.
celebrities. That's a
Yeah.
big difference.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it was the balcony.
Well, it does if you're not being really forthcoming for saying celebrities. I can't fucking believe it. Look at the mess they laid. That's the mezzanine.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, if you're going to attack something, do it proper, not something that is so easily shot back.
Back in
So
Protons wants to know who the Penguin is. Well, that's Paul. Real Tom is back. He chased the imposter away. I did.
Yeah, because on Friday, you were the one that looked really good, nice and proper with your
You
shirt
cleaned
and
up.
everything like
Oh,
that.
that's
nice
right.
blue shirt on.
Yeah. I was also wondering
My
who
polo
the hell
shirt.
is this? So yeah.
Yeah, I was indisposed on Friday.
Which means he was getting laid.
No, it means he was getting prodded.
Yes,
Yeah.
by Prada.
He got laid by the doctor. Yeah.
Something happened.
He didn't even
Something
buy him
happened.
lunch.
Give me that doctor's number.
You want? Oh. Pilgrim Media
Yeah,
says, I can't even watch these Hollywood types evil. Well, I was surprised there wasn't more Epstein jokes, but yeah. Pilgrim Media
Oh,
says,
he was their
Sigourney,
friend. So
Yeah, I
yeah,
know.
you do.
Sigourney aliens, get away from her, you bitch. Yes.
Yes,
Lame.
it was lame.
Although
Pilgrim
Give me
there
a
was,
minute to remember what that was. Someone said, "Oh, yeah."
yeah, I know, right?
Pilgrim
Oh
Media
yeah,
says,
that movie from 40 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, that's my point. It was like, okay, enough.
yeah,
But
but you
that's
know
a
what's
great
ironic?
point.
Is she got nominated for that role 40 years ago.
Let's be real. It's a great point. You know, if I was the Academy, I shit you not, I'm going to YouTube. Have Tom Connors host the fucking award show. That would be awesome. Can you
would be
imagine? I'm
fast.
actually not joking. Have Midnight Session. Tom Connors, Andre, and Chado. Dude, can you imagine?
On YouTube, when it comes to YouTube, we're ready.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I feel like there was a couple of channels that I also watch occasionally that did sort of a live Oscars sort of discussion. That might be something to plan for, at least for the 100th, if not next year.
I do want to mention that I did a video a while ago when about the Oscars moving to YouTube, and one of the gags I put in my video was that there's going to be commercials for VPN, NordVPN and things like that, and they did something similar on they did the Conan kind of gags, but they had what's her name? One of the improvisers, funny woman, the lesbian, tall lesbian. Oh damn, Kate.
Let's be a little bit more specific.
Lynch?
Yeah,
There's
sorry,
so many of
Lynch.
them.
Lynch.
The score?
So
Oh yeah.
they had Lynch doing ads. So that's Conan O'Brien mentioned. Well, when the Oscars moved to YouTube, then then suddenly he got interrupted by a Lynch doing an ad on flashlights. And what's funny is, no, the gag is NordVPN or Scottish become a become a lord. There's things
Or
that
boner
are on,
pills.
yes, there's things that are on YouTube that are very specific to YouTube, like a knife set, buying a knife set.
Grammarly.
Yeah, but the things that they had for the Oscars were all very TV kind of
Mm.
ads. So they didn't get it. They didn't get the zeitgeist of
Yeah.
Yeah,
moving
they
to
didn't get to
YouTube.
that. You need YouTube ads.
Yes,
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, there was
So
a
these
lot
are
of
the kind of
this.
ads that we do at Midnight's Edge.
Right.
A lot of
Yeah.
this show felt like it was kind of hackneyed together. I don't know how to put it, but it just didn't feel like it had the presentation that we've had in the past with the Oscars. I don't know. Maybe it's just
I agree.
me.
I agree with you.
It just something was about it. Like,
It didn't help that Conan just couldn't get it into gear. Like it was stumbly.
and I
the
like
host?
Conan. I
Me
just
too.
felt like he didn't have anything to work with, or at least the writing that he had to work with wasn't very good.
No, I don't think the writing was good. I mean, he tried his crazy little Conan stuff, but I think there's you got to be careful with the Oscars. It's not your late night show. So you have to find a fine line between the ultra super goofy stuff where an eagle or falcon
Well, that's
comes
where
in with your
Letterman. Yeah.
where your
That's where,
falcon
Steve
comes in and
Martin
drops
was
you.
like the best. Steve
He
Martin
was
great.
good.
But Letterman had that same problem, right? Like when he came on and did it, he was basically trying to do his show,
right?
And the shtick wasn't working.
No,
Oprah, yeah.
Uma.
And that's the kind of shit he'd do on his show, right? Like,
right.
The thing is nobody's ever going to hit the peak of Billy Crystal. We all know that. It's just the way it is. He kind of made it hard for anybody to follow. Johnny Carson was more or less the main, host before that. And
Bob Hope. Yeah.
But when Billy came in, he kind of clicked just right with it. So you got to find that guy again. And it's going to be tough. I don't know of anybody who has those kind of chops anymore.
He was so lucky to hit a really good era of Hollywood movies and dragging Jack Palance out to do push-ups. I mean,
all his bits were great. The singing, the songs, opening bits,
and the movies were good.
And like I said, they repeated the classic Crystal bit where he shows up in the movies, right? That was really fun at the time. Why are you doing that now? Really? That's the best you can do is repeat a Crystal bit?
Yeah.
One thing I agree with Wagner Morrow saying is that this needs to be pushed back into February. This shit is this award season is like 6 months long, dude. Come on. Get it over.
They moved it originally because of COVID, didn't they?
Yeah, but like then it was like late January, then February, and now March.
Yeah, keep pushing it back.
Yeah. Anyway, Pilgrim Media says, why are they lambasting Chalamet on opera and ballet? Yeah, so this was
actually we have a video coming about that. So
I found out he did this interview about a month ago.
Yeah.
So it may have had some effect, but again, I think people are misinterpreting what he was saying, kind of like with Martin Scorsese when he said that the Marvel movies weren't cinema.
Yeah.
Right. That's basically what Chalamet is saying is that he doesn't want to be a part of a dying art form.
Yeah.
Right.
He's saying the same thing that I did in my video. Like, for instance, ballet and opera are subsidized art. We don't want to get to the point where movie theaters are subsidized art. And I did a video where I said, "Are movie theaters becoming zombie entertainment?" It's exactly what he was talking about. I'm absolutely certain he saw my videos. That's where he got it.
He did.
And for details, we will have a video coming on this very topic later tonight. So just check back where we go through the details.
Andre's hopeful.
100% watch us and follow.
Tom wants to wrap up the show.
Guys.
No, I got to move soon.
Oh, okay.
No. Go ahead and finish your point. I mean, physically move because of my back. But yeah.
They 100% watch us and check us out. Philip Lord. He just liked something that I posted in regards to Project Hail Mary. These guys are watching us like a hawk.
Wow.
Because they know that we drive, you guys drive people to the theater. That's another thing. Fuck Hollywood media. God.
Well, if they're watching, release the original cut of Han Solo, because I think it can't possibly be any worse than what we got.
It might be better
to get Lord on here and
I'd love to.
He's a pretty base dude. Even he just keeps quiet about his stuff.
Yeah,
right.
I was blown away by Lego. Everyone was, but
this whole Chalamet thing, I get what he's saying. Again, I feel like it's just being taken out of context, like the Scorsese quote.
Yeah, but why is this controversial?
I don't know, because this is the thing with people nowadays, and we get this a lot in our sphere too. And I'm not trying to say anything about the audience, but there are times, and this is why I always got to say shit like, even if I'm not saying you're stupid for liking it or something like that. You always have to add that addendum to it, because there's always a select few people who think if you say something is bad, they think you're automatically saying that you're bad for liking it, or those that are doing it aren't.
I can answer real quick before we move on here. I can answer real quick why it's controversial. Because he's right, and it hits too close to home. That's why.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then Pilgrim Media. Go ahead,
Andre. I consider Norway my blood brother. Awesome, cool. Yeah, I can see
a lot of blood brothers.
Your avatar. Yeah, absolutely.
Have you seen Sentimental Value?
No.
I to be honest, I've had so many opportunities.
Yeah, no, I get it.
I shouldn't be asked. As I said before, it's a movie that got funding and everything because it's been tailored specifically to get funding and to get awards. And I have to say, I find the director to be tremendously overrated because he makes movies which are very good movie. I cannot say anything about the craft, but like story-wise and appeal-wise, his movies, they aren't made for, I feel, the audience so much as I feel that they're made for the intelligentsia and for the people giving the funding and who are handing out awards. That's who his movies are made for, is my feeling.
That's what we got now in modern cinema. They're not making them for the mass audience. They don't want to acknowledge hits, the movies that are hits with the massive audience.
That's
and
always
they're sure not going to award them or give them any spotlight.
And like basically, I could have seen that movie 10 times over, but honestly, it's too big a chore because I've seen his previous movies.
Okay, so Tom is out for a second. You want to go on?
Yeah, sure. Hyperguyber, he sends a fantastic quote here for $5. The people who read my stuff want to get away from this modern, complicated world with its hypocrisy, its cruelty, its dog-eat-dog life. The civilization we live in is a hell of a lot more sinister than the time I write about. That, of course, is a quote from Robert E. Howard. And the time he wrote about was the age of Conan, which goes to this whole theme about civilization versus barbarism and how civilization is the one more filled with hypocrisy than barbarians, who are more noble savages. Packing Proton says, only reason I watch Champions League and Premier League are the Scottish announcers are interesting, and Rebecca Lau is wow. Yeah, it's fun to listen to Scottish, I do have to say. I recently rewatched Train Spotting, and that was an incredible movie for one thing, but it's just so fun listening to the Scottish, and subtitles do help. Then ActionCom says for $5, they spread out the In Memoriam, part 1 and 2, with tributes to Redford and Reiner. You know, probably they did that because they could see, okay, let's now follow social media and just have AI add in whoever we missed for part 2.
Well, then they had Catherine O'Hara and Galdernit. What's her name from the Woody Allen movie?
Diane Keaton.
Diane Keaton. Sorry, thank you. This 71-year-old man.
Tribute speeches for, right?
But I heard that they left out James Vanderbeek.
Wow,
I don't think he's an Academy member, to be honest with you.
He did Varsity
probably
Blues,
why. Found some reason.
Rules of
He
Attraction.
might be, but true, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. And then Hassan Chavez says for $20 Mexican, Paulie, have you seen The Office Mexico? It's not bad.
I've seen the trailer. I think Chato saw it with me on a live stream a couple of weeks ago. Or maybe that was Dante. I get you and Dante confused.
It's okay. I don't mind. It's so easy for a Mexican to confuse us.
Right. Y'all look alike. The Office Mexico looks amazing, and I love the cast. And so I guess it just dropped. I think it's on Prime, so I'm gonna be reviewing it.
Does it have a male in the lead?
Yeah, and he's a really kind of well-known, kind of like that. You know, yes, it's not beloved in Mexico. He's just very well regarded, and he works a lot. So I'm looking forward to seeing him in that performance.
Because the Australian version has a female, a very good actress, actually. I like her, but she just couldn't cut it on the asshole front.
No, this guy's a big douche, and he gets a little.
You have to be a big douche in that role.
Yeah, and he's played other douches in other Mexican movies. He's so good at it.
El Douche.
So that was that really the trailer I was like, oh shit, he's the lead. This is pretty good.
Excellent.
Yeah. Awesome. Very cool.
So thank you.
And, that's my luchador name actually.
Yeah.
So
El Duce.
mm-hmm.
El Duce.
And then Marksman says for $1.99, Sigourney Weaver's best quote, Malcolm.
Take your word for it, Marksman.
Yeah, I'll have to trust that. I have no idea where that is from. And the DCV Titan says for $5 Canadian, Ricky Gervais fits Billy Crystal pretty good, but Hollywood hates him with a passion. Yeah, he spoke truth to power, but that was the Golden Globes. It was the Hollywood Foreign Press Association who invited him for that. Ain't no way he would ever be... I mean, they probably have like security. They're going to have like his picture on the walls and stuff like that. Like, do not allow this man.
Do not let this man in.
Yeah, exactly.
He won't be
With
doing
that,
any more.
we've gone through the super chats, but it's Monday, and since it is Monday, we have this other thing that we are briefly going to go through as well. Because Monday means box office day. Because it's been weekend, it's box office. And we have that courtesy of Paul. And number one, second weekend in a row, is Hoppers, that pulled in 28.5 million with a mere 37% drop. That's pretty decent now, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's actually very good. Unfortunately, it also goes to show how little is in the theaters.
This is very little is in the hopper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it only had such a poor drop is because it didn't make all that much its opening weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then we have two new movies in the second and third, namely Reminders of Him and Undertone, opening at 18 million and 9 million respectively. So a pretty big gap between the two. Anyone on the panel had the chance to see any one of those? Paulie, for instance, is most likely.
I did not. I do know Undertone was made for $500,000. So, I mean, that's pretty amazing.
Wow.
That's a horror movie about a podcaster that does a horror podcast, right?
I believe so. I just know the numbers. And speaking of, I heard Marky Pyler went to that Academy Awards last night.
Ah,
I
wonder if he was feted.
Represent. He looked represent. I mean, he I think he was with his wife or whatever. He had a date, but it's like, all right, you represent, boy. Undertone, yeah. So that's all I got. I know that it was made for like very little. Reminders of Him. That had a big marketing push.
Well, another milestone was Scream 7 is now the highest grossing in the franchise without inflation.
Without inflation, but it's going to pass the inflation mark of 181. Obviously I'm not happy about it, but hey, that's me.
I know, Paulie, but at the same time, this is the reason I think this one did well. If you go look through the demographics, the old Scream fans came back.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, absolutely. And Nev Campbell is a fucking MVP, man. Yeah,
I think Matthew Lillard had a lot to do with it too. But so yeah, congratulations to them. The other one that sticks out to me on this list is, of course, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 bringing in $1.5 million on its Fathom re-release deal.
35th anniversary 4K restoration.
That has an asterisk next to it, but yeah.
Oh, well, I don't want to go there, but
yeah.
Did you like Ninja Turtles 2?
When I was a kid, hell yeah. I love it now still, but I can see why older kids and adults did not find it nearly as good as the original film, obviously. It has its
what stands out to me is that it's in the top 10 at all. It's a re-release of, as you say, exactly. A movie that kids liked at the time, but let's be completely honest, it's a movie that really does not hold up very well, and there is no reason on God's green earth why a re-release of it should open in the top 10, unless we are dealing with the complete and total collapse of entertainment.
Why was Kiki's Delivery Service re-released?
It was 4K, an IMAX. I think IMAX maybe.
So yeah,
Brilliant,
so
brilliant
kind of what I'm
movie.
learning with a lot of these is what'll happen is because it costs so much to restore these movies in 4K.
Yeah.
They'll usually amortize it by doing a theatrical release, which pretty much pays for the.
It's just a 1 week release,
Yeah.
though. I think both
That's
of these
smart.
are just 1 week.
It's very smart. I
That's why
that
you're
is
getting a lot of these
wonderful
movies
movie.
re-released is because they're being remastered or whatever.
But they're in the
yeah.
top 10. I mean, that's what blows me away. And with Kiki's, more so than TMNT2, it was only in 249 theaters and raised that kind of money. That's
well,
pretty
Kiki,
good.
I can understand. I was surprised myself that they decided to re-release TMNT2.
Yeah.
I
Well,
didn't
they're
think it
doing
would
that,
have
yeah.
the.
Yeah.
I'm actually really surprised by how well it did. I mean, I like I said, I'm a fan, but I'm a Turtles fan too, and I know the general public didn't think 2 was that great.
And you got a third re-release in the top 20 with Anaconda. Over 1,000.
Isn't that the new one though? I thought that
Yeah.
was the new one.
They put it back in.
Oh,
Okay,
No, that's what I'm trying to tell you.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. So
Real
yeah.
quick on the Kikis, if you rank these by how much they earn per theater, that's second place. 6,000.
yeah, screen average is huge.
67. Yeah, screen average, exactly.
wow. It's
I'm
a great
impressed.
movie.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Love it. Love it.
I'm waiting for. I keep hearing that Ninja Scrolls is getting a new re-release this year. Does anyone know about that?
Had not heard it.
I need to see that in the movie theater with the 4K. So
So
if
that
anyone
is
in the
our
chat
top
can help me out.
films. What was the total for the weekend?
No, it's not the new. This is the new version of the
They don't show
website.
it.
Oh, lame.
Yeah.
They've now
Yeah,
there's
you
a
have
couple of
to add
things.
it together yourself, but it's going to be a.
I do have to give them credit. They give you a little bit more info, and it's way faster than the old site. So obviously they did something. Anyway,
Of course, they have to give you something when they take away the most important thing, namely the total gross.
yeah.
I'll find out right now.
I mean, you know what that is? We were watching right here. This is enshittification in action.
That's right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, they don't want you to see how bad it is. That's why.
So,
Yeah.
shall
And I'm
we
surprised we haven't
come out
got
of
like
this?
a massive ad covering the entire page or something like that just yet.
It's coming.
Yeah, that'll be next.
So stop sharing. We done?
Sure, I think we're done with it.
Okay.
I think so. Okay, so I got a few more super chats here in the background. Did we get them all? Or did we? I think we got this one here.
Yes,
right?
we
Did we get this one?
Yes, we got that. We got that. The one that we haven't got, it's only one we haven't gotten, which is the last one, the very last one.
Okay. Marcel
That's the
117B says you never saw Malcolm in the Middle.
What, me?
That was the Malcolm Sigourney.
Oh,
Weaver.
okay, yeah.
Ah,
Actually, no, I'm aware of Malcolm in the Middle. I'm aware of its existence. I've seen clips, bits, and sequences. I know that there's a revival coming right now, but I've never actually seen a full episode of Malcolm in the Middle, and I had no idea that Sigourney Weaver was ever in it.
I got the total on the box office, by the way. It was 62 million.
Oh,
Wow.
oh,
There's a reason why they want to hide that.
Yeah. Wow.
back
it
in
should
the
be different next weekend now.
pre-COVID, it was 200 million.
Yeah,
Crazy.
exactly. And that was, remember, pre-COVID was also really, really bad inflation. So that's close to like
Yes.
250 million in today's money.
Yeah, they really upped the ticket prices after that. That's where
Also
really-
price hikes. So price hikes and inflation. So yeah, that actually means it's like more than 250 million in today's money.
Just getting briefly back to the Oscars, I was wondering whether Amy Poehler and Tina Fey were ever offered hosting, because they did a brilliant job.
Didn't they do it that one
at
year?
No, they were only the Golden Globes.
Oh, okay,
and-
that's what I was thinking of. Okay.
And they had the right combination of being movie fans and biting. Like they didn't go all out like Ricky Gervais, but I loved them.
They are more fitted for a Golden Globes, though.
You think so?
I think Oscar's a little more, according to them, like a little more high class, a little conservative.
Yeah.
Oh, they're just.
I agree with that.
Okay.
I mean, when you hire them, you kind of like end all the classy aspect of it.
Okay, I just like them.
It'd be good for content, though.
Here I am rooting for a woman. Whoopi Goldberg
That's
did
great.
it once.
You are the wokest one here.
Yeah, Whoopi wasn't so bad back in the day, but I don't know if I'd want to see her do it now.
Oh my gosh!
So, what's the big movie coming out this next weekend? I guess the
Michael.
Project Hail Mary.
Hail Mary is here in Toronto tonight. I'm going to try to go see it tonight, and the theater's almost booked solid.
Wow.
Michael is opening this week too.
Is it really?
Yeah, I'm going to see it. Well, I'm going to see it Wednesday, unless it doesn't come out. But maybe it's a special sneak preview.
Let's find out. There's a lot of big films open up next couple of weeks. I'm seeing Project Hail Mary Thursday.
I'm going to try to see it tonight.
We got DCB Titan who says Paulie wants to see the hot springs scene in Ninja Scroll in HD. If you know, you know.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's pretty. It gets a little raunchy that one.
So they're putting Michael up against Project Hail Mary.
No, I don't think they are, Tom. I think you've got your dates wrong.
It's April 24th for Michael.
Then I'm seeing it way fucking early.
You're seeing something.
You must be. They're hoping for one final cut after you've seen it and weighed in.
Well, I already pretty much called how the movie's going to end, and I'm probably right because I looked at the soundtrack and all of its music up to bad, nothing after bad.
Yeah, the only early access I've seen is something IMAX is doing.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to see. Yeah, Wednesday.
That's April 22nd, though, according to my sources.
Hang on here. Let me look.
No, your
weekend. This weekend is Project, and then this huge Indian film, which will probably make the top 5. And here in the States.
What's it called, Paulie?
Durandar, the Revenge. Durandar, the Revenge. Gonna see that. It's a very masculine, kick-ass.
You sounded a little more packy than Indian, I think, in that. You should try again.
Well, Durandar is Hindi. So.
Oh, you're right. It is April 22nd. For some reason, I thought it was this Wednesday.
No, man.
So it's the next week. All right. Yep, April 22nd, IMAX.
I just didn't want you to be putting out misinformation.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, for some reason I thought it was this week. I don't know.
Or going to the theater and waiting there, lining up.
That would be my luck. See, what Paul just said was what would happen. I would take my happy ass all the way down to Madison, and then go to scan it, and he'd be like, "Well, this movie doesn't start till next week." That would be my fucking luck. That's something I would do.
Yeah, that's funny.
So yeah, but anyhow, we thank you guys for the support, and hopefully everybody out there is getting used to the new time change. So far so good. We're gonna try and have some guests this week, so stay tuned on that. Chris, what do you got going on this week?
Man, I got so much going on. I can't even tell you what I've got going on. But I got some. We're still doing the remodeling. We're still. Oh, did you guys hear about that little secret project that Tom Cruise is doing with Paramount?
The Digger or something else?
The Digger?
Nope, something else. It's on the top half of Bleeding Fool if you want to know more.
Oh, well, we'll have to go there.
Oh,
gotta go there. Bleedingfool.com. Thanks, fellas.
Head on over to Bleeding Cool. No spoilers here, but absolutely head on over there.
What kind of bullshit is that?
It's true. It's totally true. We source it. We got receipts, baby.
I know, but like the way you just leave
it will stay on the top of the fold until around 4:00 when we've got another story coming out, and I'm not even going to tell you what that story is.
That's your fold right here.
Come on, man. We'll be talking about it on the next show.
Yeah, I got way ahead of myself. April 22nd is when that drops. So yeah, this weekend is Project Hail Mary and that other movie you guys mentioned.
I could see you going and then them saying that doesn't come out for another month, and you just saying
I would fucking do that. I would do that.
Bro, do you dress up, or do you just like go in sweats and shit when you go to a movie, Tom?
Depends. I mean, I don't have any Michael shirts that fit me anymore. I think my kids stole them. So I would normally just wear a shirt, but
oh, that's cool.
I don't have anything else. Yeah, I don't have anything else like that. So, but no, a whole month off. Holy shit, I was way off. For some reason, I thought it was this week. I don't know why. And I would have too, because I wouldn't even have looked. I would have just left.
You would just gone.
Because I know what time it starts and everything, so I just would have left. Yeah. Anyhow, Paulie, what you got going on? Yeah.
I'm live tonight, and we'll be talking in depth on Rachel Ziegler's latest faux pas. Pretty big. Lot of fun stuff. What she's been saying. Also Pedro Pascal. All kinds of Latin shenanigans. Come join me tonight, 8 p.m. Pacific. Why not? Sure.
We'll check it out.
8 p.m.
All right.
Pacific. Did I hear that right?
Pacific, yes.
To be Pacific.
Pacifico.
We got Paul. What do you got coming up? You got a video dropping right after the show, you said?
Yeah, pretty soon after. My little short compressed Oscar video. That's all it is. I'm not doing a gigantic a roll call of every single winner and loser. It's just I have a few observations, I throw in a few jokes, I'm out. So very short, you'll love it.
Guaranteed. Yeah. That's what I told my wife, actually. It's very short. You'll love it.
And then you get out.
Whoa.
And he spent the last few years apologizing.
Come on, let's be. And I love the bow tie coming off. That's a good look.
Yeah, it's the end of the day.
It's the time of the season.
Yeah,
Andre.
Been partying.
Yeah,
let's get us out of here.
Indeed, we have videos coming later.
We got one from Jarvin Ambrose.
Yeah,
coming in on the Rumble site. Says, "Hi, hi all. Am I late? Got 8 inches of snow here. Anyway, insert witty comment here. Okay, we'll do.
Indeed.
Ready or Not 2 is also coming out.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, that's right.
Well,
yes,
that's what it is. I knew there was another big American.
Oh, and Zazie Beetz' new movie's coming out next weekend. So,
and with that, we are also going to be inserting some koalas in the rain.
Speaking of Zazie Beetz,
bye.
Koalas in the rain, koalas in the rain, no fucks given. Koalas in the rain.